So currently, I'm a booking producer for CBS This Morning. I got this job through an internship that I had my first semester, my senior year of college. I interned for CBS Radio at Network and was hired after graduation. So walked on Sunday, moved to Manhattan on Monday, started my job on Tuesday, and worked in radio for a little over a year before I accepted a position with CBS This Morning on their booking team. I got this job by networking in-house, probably about 2 months after I started working at radio. I knew I wanted to work in TV, but I wasn't totally sure of what facet I wanted to be in. So I started meeting with senior producers on different shows, 48 Hours, 60 Minutes, Evening News, CBS This Morning, just talking to them about their program and what they wanted and what they were doing. While I was at radio, I did a variety of different positions from booking to coordinating to producing, and realized that I was very comfortable in a booking position and really enjoyed working with our affiliates and our correspondents and our anchors, and that I wanted to do more with that. And in January, I sat down with one of the bookers on the team, who's now one of my closest friends and someone I consider a mentor, and just talked to her about what it means to be a booker, what the job entitles at CBS This Morning, and kind of got the ball rolling with her. And she put me in touch with a couple other people. And it was just a lot of asking for informationals and waiting for an opportunity to come up. And thankfully, when one did, I was at the top of the list and got the job. So one mistake that I made that was brought to my attention by one of my old bosses in radio, I didn't realize it was a bad thing at the time, but my first year out of college, I asked off for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. And I just thought that was a normal thing, thinking I might as well ask for it, and I'm probably not going to get it, but at least I asked. So if I do have to work on Christmas or something, I know I tried and didn't just sit around and have that what if feeling. And I got pulled into the office, and my boss at the time was like, I don't know if you're serious about journalism. I don't know if this is something you care about. I don't really know if you're cut out for this industry. And I was like, why are you saying this? And she's like, well, you asked off for all the holidays and you have to make sacrifices in this field, and you obviously weren't willing to make any sacrifices. And that really took me aback, and I had to think about how I wanted to handle that and how I wanted to process that, and took the information she had and had to remember that that was one person's perspective on it, and that, true, you can't get every holiday off. That just doesn't happen in this industry. But it was a nice little wake up call right at the beginning to kind of ground myself and say, okay, if I want to be in this, I am going to have to make some sacrifices that come in that November, December time of year, and I will have to work when other people are having fun, and I might not want to do that, which put me in a much better spot this year when I worked on Thanksgiving and, have to fly back to work on Christmas Day to be back to work on the 26th. But, I think having somebody confront me and say, this happened, but it was a good opportunity to grow from, even if it might not have been what I wanted to hear at the time. So I have no shame when I'm wearing my booking hat, and I have no problem emailing people and texting people and using our site where we can find everyone's personal information. And the day that Donald Trump announced that Kellyanne Conway was going to be his new campaign manager, we had a stakeout where we had sent one of our BAs and a crew outside of, I think it was CNN, where Kellyanne Conway was supposed to be on TV and she wasn't. And it was this whole big thing. We had email threads and group chats and all this stuff about this stakeout. And me being me, I looked her up and found her personal phone number, and I shot her a text. And I was just like, hi, Kellyanne, this is Emi. I'm a booking producer at CBS This Morning. We want to have you on the show first. Text me back. And didn't hear anything for a good 24 hours. And then around midnight the next day, I got a text back from her, and she was like, hi, I'd love to be on the show. When do you want to do that? I was like, today, in the 8 o'clock hour, right at the top. And through a whole bunch of magic, and one of the first things that you learn when you take a booking job is you're dealing with other people, and it's all just luck. But luck was on my side that day, and CBS This Morning had Kellyanne Conway. We were the first network to have her on after she had been announced by Donald Trump as his new campaign manager, and that was solely my booking, and that was done 2 weeks after I accepted the position. So that was just a really good feeling and like a really great way to introduce myself to the team that like really, I feel like that booking really changed like how they viewed me on the show and like the responsibility that I'm given now.